Hey everybody, I'm Tizzy Fit, and I have been meaning to get around to these videos for a while now. But if anybody that knows me and knows me personally, you know that I have children, and us mothers stay busy, so that's why. But anyways, these videos will be a series of videos titled "The Pathway to Enlightenment," and enlightenment, simply put, means realization. And so the topic today I picked is depression, because depression is a topic that all too often gets brushed under the rug and people overlook it. And so depression is something that I've struggled with for many, many years. And with that being said, in the wake of my depression, I would sometimes use art or poetry to express the unexpressible and to explain things that I could not necessarily explain to you in a formal way. And so this title is poem. This poem is titled, Sometimes I Cry. The sea is churning dark waves, which matches the waves of my soul down to the pit. No, I can't forget the rigid grip of suicide, so sometimes I cry. Where are you, Prince of Peace, when I need you? I am no longer dressed in fleece. I am naked and exposed to the beast. My heart is desert dry. No one is by my side. So sometimes I cry. I held my face up to the sun because it felt warm. I could have sworn I had a way out. I should have never gave freedom the benefit of the doubt. I am in my own mental prison with invisible bars. Happiness is too far. At the bottom of sorrow's pit is where I reside, so sometimes I cry. Now, obviously, at that point in my life, I was deeply depressed, and it has been a long, long journey of trying to battle this overwhelming mental feeling. And like I mentioned in my poem, depression is like an invisible prison. It mentally keeps you prisoner to your own body, trapped inside the dark thoughts of your mind that plague you on a day-to-day basis. And so when that friend or family member won't answer the phone, won't come to special events, won't pick up text messages that you sent them, 2, 3 days ago, or phone calls, or even open the door for you if you just so happen to show up. It's not because they're trying to be spiteful. It's not because they don't want to hear from you. It's not because they don't love you. Because depressed people know all too well what it's like to love somebody with an undeniable amount of love in your heart for them, but you just can't physically and mentally or spiritually show it because you have a chemical, mentally imbalanced disease. Just like people can get cancer, just like people can get lupus, just like people can attract some autoimmune disorder that eventually physically kills them, depression kills too. It's a silent killer. That smile that people slap on for you every day when you ask them how they are doing, and they put on a brave front for you and they smile, but behind their eyes is a mental chaotic field of disaster, hurt, unexplainable pain that they cannot share with you because you simply will not understand, even if they tried. But other people that suffer from clinical depression know all too well, and they can identify with you. But usually, other depressed people don't have the type of tools that we would like to be able to just simply help each other out just because we have that in common. Because if we knew how to cure ourselves, then we would simply do it. So when a person tells you, oh, I'll just feel better, or it'll get better, those are the most cliche and unauthentic things that you can say to a person that is suffering from clinical depression. And just like those other diseases that I mentioned can kill you, depression can kill you. When a person does eventually do the ultimate, which is commit suicide, people say to themselves, oh, he or she, whatever, they seem great. We seen them the other day at the grocery store, and they were smiling and singing and, you know, talking shit, getting along. No. A lot of times, depression looks just like that. It's very tricky. Depression doesn't come with a seal label on your head as you walk through the grocery store that says, oh, this person is clinically, no, it doesn't work like that. So a lot of times, depression looks like your Robin Williams of the world, your Kate Spades, your Anthony Gordons. These people were millionaires, by the way, and they ultimately ended their own lives. Their mind became such a toxic and hazardous place to be that they eventually wanted to escape this mental terror, this thing that plagued their minds and their hearts and their souls on a day-to-day basis. They were restless, they were peaceless, they were tired, and they could no longer fight it. They were mentally in pain. I don't give a damn if you are a billionaire or the richest person in the world. If you have no spiritual peace, if you have no mental peace, then what is the point of anything? You'll never be satisfied. You'll walk this earth, sidewalk to sidewalk, lost, feeling like you simply don't belong here. And so, with that being said, what do? What have I done? I had to make a conscious effort to do differently, to be differently, to actively, mentally, and physically seek out a better understanding and a higher power and something greater than myself. I do have a psychiatric nurse that's been in my life that I trust. If you are depressed, I suggest that you do go and find a mental health care provider that has many, many years of experience in that field and that has seen many cases like yours. And I say that because with experience definitely comes wisdom. My psychiatric nurse that I trust, his name is Todd Leach. He has been doing his job for over 20 years. He's seen people like me all the time. And so I have comfort in knowing that he knows what he's doing. When I spew to him my problems and I let him know exactly what's plaguing me on a day-to-day basis, he then can give me combinations of medication that he feels is going to be appropriate and that works for me. Now, getting medication and trying to find out the right ones that work for you, that's a hell of a journey. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that that's an easy journey and that it's something that happens overnight, because it didn't happen overnight for me. Eventually, he prescribed me a medication that I use on a day-to-day basis called Seroquel. Seroquel is able to help me control my mood stabilization, and I don't always have these severe panic attacks, anxiety for no reason, breaking out in all these emotional dysfunctional feelings. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have the potential to happen sometimes, because there are days that are more dark and more tougher than others, and I'm not any stranger to that. There are some days that are definitely harder than other days, but the days that are the good days, the days that are positive, that I'm dancing around, I'm doing what I like to do, cooking, singing, dancing, rapping, playing with my children, playing basketball, going out on outings with my significant other, and being around my friends and family. Those are days that I look forward to. And since those days are something worth having, anything worth having is worth fighting for. And so every day means that you must consciously, on a mental conscious level, fight for the things that is worth going for. If you have the ability to love, then by all means, do it with all your heart. Take the things that are important in your life and magnify them times 100. And don't allow negative things to overcome you. Demons, people that don't like you, negative situations, or whatever. Those things have plagued your mind for long enough. Okay, they had enough ownership of your mind. You must realize that out of all the things in this world that don't belong to you, your mind and your spirit does belong to you. Your mind is yours. Your spirit is yours. Your destination after you have shed this physical thing called your body and your spirit, and that energy goes on and joins the universe. You are the one that's responsible for the shape that your spirit is in. You are the one that's responsible for the condition that your mind is in. When it's time for you to transcend from the living physically in this world to the living elsewhere, beyond the realm and the scope of our own intelligence. Because at the end of the day, no matter how intelligent we may be, we don't know what's beyond our physical depths. That is a secret that the higher power in the universe refuses to unlock for us. But that is all right. That's not your job. You're living, you're alive. Your job is being alive, appreciating life for what it is worth, and embracing the things that you love. Embracing the things that bring peaceful, blissful, and joyful feelings of serenity. You cannot control everything that's around you. You cannot control people. You cannot control the world. And sometimes that is a very dark and grim reality, because a lot of times you do want control. You do want to be able to wave your wand and make things better than what they are, but you drive yourself crazy doing that, because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do, and circumstances are going to be what they are. So it's only your job to accept it and to still allow the world to turn, but you mentally staying grounded has to matter more than what's going on out there. What's going on out there is not your business. What's going on in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, that's your business. Because if you don't get busy living your best life, well, then you might as well plan your funeral. Get busy living or get busy dying. And regardless of what your decision is, do everything in a sensible manner. Do all the things that you do in life with a clear mind and a clear conscience. I don't care if your option is suicide. But by all means, don't exit the planet. Don't commit an act of suicide when your mind is foggy, is deeply depressed, is in a dark place, and you are not at peace. I wouldn't advise anyone to exit this planet in that sort of condition. But if you are at peace and you're happy and your mind's all right and everything around you is peaceful, and you still decided that you want to shed this physical body that your soul um, dwells in, then okay, I respect whatever decision. Just like I would want human beings to respect my decision. Should I decide to do whatever, decide to live, decide to exit, whatever it may be. But what I'm saying is, don't dismiss the grateful and the fruitful moments and the blessed days, the good days, and all that is positive about life around you. Don't dismiss the sheer quality of seeing babies be born, the trees, the flowers, the ocean, the sun. Embrace all of these things and love life for what it is worth. Love the people that's in your life. Try to be as pleasant and spread as much kindness and positivity that you can possibly spread. And I know sometimes that's hard, especially in a world like this, because you have people that come and they want to test your patience, want to test you. It ain't about what they say. It ain't about what somebody calls you. It's about what you respond to. And so, with this thing called depression, don't let it do you. You do it. Physically and mentally, force yourself out of those dark places. Don't let the demons, don't let the naysayers, don't let negative, disruptive people have claim to your spirit or your mind. Remember, your mind, your soul, and your spirit, they belong to you.